Here we are, what looks like an old tailings pile here. Might not be, it might just be washout because it is the river very close. I was going to go back up in there very shortly and have a look to see if I can find any rusty oxidized rocks. Have a little look at the different minerals that are in it, see if we can find anything good. Right, nearly here. So here we are, down at the river. Seems to be coming through quite quick. There's still a lot of ice build up over there. And I just want to mention before I start going on any of these rivers and claims and whatnot, just make sure that you've got permission if you're passing through private property. If you haven't got permission, then don't go through it. What I like to do is just leave a little note on their gate or on their door or wherever, asking them to call me, and it's never failed me. So far everyone's got back to me, and so far I've been able to pass through everything that's been private. So we're gonna have a good look here. And when you're out here, just be safe. Make sure you've got some bear spray. Be aware of your surroundings, where you are, what you're doing. You got bears, grizzly bears, in particular mother grizzly bears in spring right now, mid-April. They're starting to come out again. Nice little spot. Right, I'm going to start the work and I'll see what I can find for you guys here. Alright, so on the inside bend, we do a 180. And pretty much the line going down through here, which I'm hoping is the pay streak. So I'm going to start just up in here, around this big rock, no water, no vegetation, all very important. Anyway, let's see what I can find. Alright, so I've got my first pan, just under this rock here, which I can't move, just down under there, so fingers crossed, let's see if I got something. So here we are, first pan, it's black sands, tapped up, a lot of magnetite, which is a great sign. Some interesting rocks there, I think it's a dolomite. I'm not too sure what the reddish one is, a feldspar, or I think it's a dolomite there at the end as well, which is interesting. Interesting colour, but needless to say, no gold. Back to the drawing board, I'm going to keep digging that hole a little bit deeper and see if I can get anything better out. Here we are, so pan number 2, put down, not to the bottom of the hole, but I've come across another big cobble there, which I'm struggling to get through, so I'll do one more pan after this one, and I'll show you what I got. Here we are, so I'm actually really happy with the amount of black sand that I got. It's just unfortunate, it just takes so long to clean it up. Here we are, I'm not sure if you can see it, but I got one speck right in the centre there. There's probably another speck or two that came down with all the black sands that you can't see. There we go. So yeah, well, I'm not even going to bother snapping that up. I'm going to put it back to the gold gods and hope that it gives me a little bit more on my third and final pan of that hole. Let's see what you find. Here we are, so I'm just having a little look around, having a little walk around. And long story short, I just came across this large rock here. I don't know if it can pick it up, but I see a lot of shiny stuff on top of this rock. So I'm going to test it to see what it is. I don't know if it's picking it up for you, but to me there is a lot of probably mica all throughout the sand here. So I'm just going to do a quick scoop. Let's see what I got. finding a lot of sand up on top of these rocks that have obviously been left there from where the ice is melted. All the dirt is left on top. They're so shiny. There's lots and lots of mica in there. So I'm going to keep testing. I don't know if you can see the shine. Come close. Probably not. But it is everywhere. Here we are, so on my third pan. Actually it was my biggest flake. Well, I wouldn't call it a flake, more of a fly poop. It's there, but tons of black sand again, so I'm actually going to snuff some of this up and see if I've actually got anything in it back at home, because I'm pretty sure I'm losing some down there. Alright, so I moved upstream just a little bit and I found another rock that I quite like the look of, so I just dug down in behind there. I've actually found my first garnet. So this is the black sand I got out of it. It's crazy. And in here is a garnet. And I think there was another one over here, but I'll clean it up a little bit better and I'll show you what I got this time. Here we are. So unfortunately I've tried to separate all this black sand, but it's just too much. So I'm going to squirt this all down into a little bottle or into a little bag and then take this home and go through it carefully and get out all the garnets and bits and pieces. But yeah, beautiful day. Alright, just at the top there, that's my second piece of fly poop. And just tons and tons of black sand. There's got to be more in there. Looks like we've got a very hard, heavy basalt rock here. Just looking at some of the different rocks coming through. So we got a conglomerate. And so we clustered round pebbles stuck together. It's pretty cool. Just walked downstream a little bit here, came across this, which was pretty cool. You can see where a nice sand layer has come through just to here. And we've got some larger boulders further up from there. Might have a little look down below, just got to be careful of anything coming down on your head. Here we are, so I think I've got an ironstone here. Not too sure, but on the outside it's all very rusted and very round, and by the looks of it, like the outside shell had like chalcopyrite or pyrite in there, and then when you look at the actual main body of it, it looks to be iron. Anyway, here's the inside of it. Shiny. Right, so I'm gonna crush this little bit of powder down. I'm gonna pan it out, see if I get anything in it. Right, this is all I've got here. So I'm gonna wet this down and pan it out, see if there's anything there. Alright, so there's nothing in that last pan, unfortunately. I was hoping that there might be a speck or two, but I think it's just pyrite that was coming down there. So I'm going to use the pan down here now and try and go for these larger cobbles and try and get a hole in behind them. Let's see if there's anything there, I'll show you in a bit. Alright, so day number 2. Here we are. So checked out another creek up through Radium here. No joy, very silty and whatnot. But this guy I found along the way, no idea what it is. If you know what it is, let me know in the comments if you can. A rock tumbler, cement mixer. Interesting. Oh, right, heading down at Premier Lake now, and then a few creeks up around there out of the parks. I'll be back in a bit. Bit of a controlled burn going on. Just heading down onto Premier Lake. So this is a provincial park here, so there's no panning and no touching or anything. You can look, but do not take. Needless to say, I won't be doing anything here. I was hoping to get down to a place called Rock Bluff, to a place called Wolf Creek, where there's some mineral claims. But either way, I'll show you what we've got here. Day use. Bunch of people going out fishing. Fishing off the dock. Here we are. So I had to leave Premier Lake because they were burning, controlled fire. So I came up to a Turmeric Lake. And here we are. Friend out there is just heading out to the world and fly fishing. And hopefully he's going to catch us some dinner. Unfortunately, this is a park. Over there is private land, and over here is town boundary still. So nothing to be panned around here, unfortunately, but beautiful nonetheless. Hello and good morning, and day number 3 today. Just passed the Canal Flats, made it down closer to Fort Steele. I'm just on my way down to my claim on Lamb Creek near Moy Lakes, and I thought I'd just quickly show you the pulp mill where all the wood gets brought down to be milled down. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a big layer of smoke in the background there. That was out at Premier Lake yesterday. They're doing a controlled burn, so that's the view this morning in the Rockies. Not the best, but still nonetheless very essential. Here we are. So I just stopped off at the Fort Steele real quickly, the Wild Horse River. I just wanted to see that it's defrosted. As you can see, it's probably at its lowest right now. Here we are, mid-April. Now we'll have a little look here, and I'll back in a bit. Lots of new holes that are popping up around here since last time I was down here. It's looking nice. Get in your holes, people. all behind the big boulders on the inside bend. Somebody's little pool here. Alright, so I'm back on the Wild Horse here. I went down to Lamb Creek and unfortunately it was all bogged out. There's too much water down in below. I didn't want to risk it, so I came back here. And I do believe the water's got a lot murkier. The sediment's started to come down through now. Interesting. I'm going to pop up the road in a bit to the Nippon Tuck mine, have a little look up there. Say hello to a gentleman called Steve. And hopefully have a little look at their operation and setup. See if I can explore a few options. See you in a bit. Alright, so I'm back in the midsection of the Wild Horse panning area again, and I've got a couple of people up there panning. I've actually come down the river a little bit, a nice big rick here, and you can see all this undergrowth is collected up on top of the branch. That's where the high water level is. So you can see it's run right through this tree, so I just moved the branches back. Yeah, I'm working this little hole under here. And this is my first pan. I don't know if you can see it very well. Let me see if I can get a close up. There is lots of flakes. Let me see. There it is. That is one pan. And I can't count how many flakes there are. Anyway, I'm going to add that black sand and that little bit of gold to my little pots because I left my snuffer bottle 150 kilometres about that direction. So I won't be going back for that anytime soon because there's only 2 specks of fly poop in it. So back to this hole, and I think that I'll carry on here for another half an hour or so. Here we are, so third and final pan from this little hole. And I've got some pretty good shiny. Lots and lots of flakes in there, as you can see. Well, if you get that every shovel, that'll add up really quickly. And that, to me, is pretty good for 3 pans. Well, that's just 1 pan. I'll put all the others in there. So I'll clean that all up later tonight, tomorrow, and I'll show you what I've got. Probably like 0.01 gram again. Let's see what we've got. Here we are. So I did end up getting all the way up to the Nippon Tuck mine, all the way up there. I saw Steve for about an hour, saw his setup, and saw what they were doing. It was kind of cool. Appreciate that, it's very kind. Now I just came back down to the same old hole. I was doing pretty well on here earlier, so I thought I'd give it another go. Just going to do a couple more pans before I go back fly fishing to catch my dinner. Fingers crossed. I'll show you what we've got out of this pan. Here's just a little FYI for your information. Just make sure you wear gloves if you're going to be using the panning area. We just found 2 pieces of glass in the same hole. Not good. So needless to say, just make sure you wear gloves in here. You never know what you're going to find in your hole. Here we are, so the last pan I did. Another good 50, 60, 70 plus specks. Not too bad, visible. On an iPhone 5. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. Here we are. Back at camp now, hopefully my dinner's on its way. I did the 5 pans here. I'll show you what I got. Unfortunately there is a fair bit still mixed in with the black sand here. But that wasn't too bad. I was quite happy with that. 5 pans in that little hole on the Wild Horse River. I can't really say it's going to weigh up too much, but needless to say, it all adds up. Alright, time to write home. See you later. Here we are, so the morning of day number 4, and I have actually just got home in the nick of time. Here comes winter again. A couple of days of this, and then hopefully it'll clear up again next week. Either way, I'm going to go back inside and clean up this gold, and I'll show you what we've got. Here we are, so this is actually the 5 pans from the Wild Horse that was all cleaned up. I don't even think it would weigh, maybe 0.01 again. Either way, it does look pretty cool. I'll have to go back up there and
dig that hole again and do a hard hour and try and figure out how long it would take to try and get a proper gram. Either way, I'll get this all dried up and cleaned up, and I'll see if I can get a little weight for you. See you in a bit.
Alright, here we are. I'm just going to tar that off, and then I will weigh up this very small amount of gold. So give me a second. Just tar that. See what we get. Here we are, 0.05 grams. It's nearly half a gram there, so it's not too bad for £5 off of the Wild Horse River there, classified. If you like what you saw, just leave a little like, comment, and ring that bell. I'll be putting out a couple of videos every couple of weeks there, so I hope you enjoy your day. Sun's back out, time to enjoy. Take care, guys.